began as a weekend meant to strengthen family bonds. But by the time the sun rose on Sunday morning, 4 siblings had vanished without a trace. No footprints, no calls for help, no clues. And then, 16 years later, deep in the Appalachian woods, a journal surfaced. Torn, weathered, but intact enough to tell a chilling story. This is the true crime case of the Pinehill siblings, a case that baffled authorities, divided communities, and left parents shattered. It was July 9, 2007, in Pinehill, North Carolina, a sleepy town tucked along the edge of the Appalachian forest, known more for its hiking trails and quiet cabins than for anything sinister. The Moros, a large, close-knit family, had gathered for their annual reunion. They rented a secluded lodge deep in the woods, miles from the nearest town, to spend a weekend reconnecting. There were barbecues, campfires, laughter, and late-night card games. Among the attendees were the 4 youngest Moro siblings: Ethan, 17, Claire, 15, Sadie, 12, Lucas, 10. They were last seen just after dinner on Saturday night, July 10th. Claire had mentioned going out to watch the fireflies. Ethan had taken a flashlight. Sadie had her sketchbook. Lucas trailed behind with his stuffed raccoon, Mr. Tails. When they didn't return by midnight, panic set in. The family searched the surrounding woods with flashlights. By dawn, local police were involved. Dogs were brought in, drones, even volunteers from the nearby towns. Nothing. No signs of struggle. No torn clothing. No dropped items. The forest, dense and silent, seemed to swallow them whole. The case quickly drew national attention. News anchors camped outside the lodge. The FBI stepped in. The Moros made tearful pleas on camera. But the leads ran cold. The siblings were gone. The initial investigation explored every angle. Abduction. Could a stranger have lured the kids away? Animal attack. But 4 children? At once. No evidence. Runaway. Unlikely. They left everything behind. Detectives questioned family members. A few pointed out strange behavior from one of the uncles, Uncle Ray, who had a history of mental health issues. But there was no proof of involvement. Cadaver dogs hit on a scent near an old creek, but nothing was found. Helicopters scanned for disturbed earth or broken tree lines. The case remained open but unsolved. Eventually, it faded from headlines. With no answers, the community filled the silence with whispers. Some believed the siblings stumbled into an old mine shaft. Others whispered of cult activity in the mountains. A popular podcast theorized about a rogue survivalist kidnapping them. There were even darker rumors that someone at the reunion knew more than they said, that the forest was cursed, that the siblings had never left the property. Every few years, a tip would spark renewed interest. Someone claimed they saw Claire in Montana. A man swore he recognized Sadie's sketchbook at a flea market. But each lead dead-ended. Then came October 2023. A group of hikers stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin, nearly 15 miles from the original reunion site. The cabin, overgrown and half-collapsed, was thought to have belonged to a reclusive trapper who died decades ago. Inside, beneath a pile of rotted blankets and rusted tins, was a journal. Water-damaged, moldy, but readable. On the inside cover, in faded ink, property of Claire Morrow, July 2007. Authorities were contacted immediately. The journal was authenticated. Handwriting analysis matched. DNA swabs confirmed fingerprints from all 4 siblings on the pages. The contents would reshape everything investigators thought they knew. The entries began on July 10, 2007, the night they disappeared. We went to follow the fireflies. Ethan says he saw someone in the trees. Thought it was a ranger. Turned out not to be. We ran. Got lost. Can't find the trail back. Lucas is crying. It's cold. Day by day, the entries painted a story of survival. Of fear. Of determination. Sadie's foot is hurt. Ethan found berries. We think we heard the search party, but we're too far away. I tried shouting. No one came. Then, by the 3rd week, found this cabin. No one here. It's falling apart, but we have shelter now. Lucas is sick. I'm scared. Some pages were ripped. Others had water stains. But across more than 40 entries, Claire detailed their harrowing experience, foraging for food, trying to make smoke signals, caring for one another. The final entry was dated August 18, 2007. Ethan left to find help 2 days ago. He hasn't come back. We're waiting. I'm keeping the journal safe. If anyone finds this, we tried. No further pages followed. Forensic teams combed the area. They found remnants of children's clothing, bones later identified as Ethan's near a dried riverbed. The cause of death, dehydration and exhaustion. No other remains were located. But the evidence confirmed one thing. They had survived for at least 5 weeks. The cabin offered no clues as to why they hadn't been found. No signs of struggle. No blood. No indication of foul play. Yet questions remained. What happened to Claire, Sadie, and Lucas? Did Ethan really leave the cabin and get lost? Why hadn't anyone found the cabin during earlier searches? Theories reignited. Had someone been watching them? Blocking rescue? Was it possible the younger siblings were still alive? The journal ended the silence, but started a storm. The Moros were devastated and relieved. Proof their children were alive for weeks, possibly months, after their disappearance. Claire's journal brought tears and torment. Mrs. Morrow said in a statement, "She was so brave. She took care of them. She wrote everything down so we would know they fought. They tried to come home." The family pushed for renewed searches. New teams were sent into the surrounding forest. Cadaver dogs. Drones. Nothing more was found. The Journal of Claire Morrow became national news. Her story was adapted into documentaries, podcasts, and even classroom discussion. A memorial trail was established at Pinehill Forest in their honor. But the mystery endures. To this day, the final fate of Claire, Sadie, and Lucas remains unknown. Some say they succumbed to the elements. Others believe they were found, but never came forward. A few hold on to hope that they escaped, started new lives, and chose never to return. Whatever the truth, the journal remains. A 15-year-old girl's desperate attempt to document survival, to give her family answers, to leave behind a voice. And it worked, because sometimes the most chilling crime is silence. Subscribe to this channel for more chilling stories.